Working in isolated areas comes with one strict rule. Don't ask questions that aren't yours, and never open the door after midnight. My name is Owen, and I worked as a maintenance technician in a remote mountain region known as Silent Valley. The salary was unbelievably high, so I never bothered to ask why the technician before me quit suddenly, abandoning his pay and disappearing without a trace. Everything changed in the winter of 2021, when I discovered that some things in the mountains were never meant to be seen by humans. My task was simple: 2 full weeks in a small cabin beside the transmission tower, ensuring the generators kept running during the snowstorm. The first 3 nights passed quietly, with boredom being my only enemy. But on the 4th night, at exactly 2 a.m., the storm outside was pounding against the cabin walls as if trying to tear them down. I was reading a book when suddenly the sound of wind stopped, not gradually, but instantly, as if someone pressed mute on the entire world. A heavy silence filled the room, the kind that lets you hear your heartbeat echoing in your ears. Then I heard it, a very slow scratching at the door. Not knocking, scratching, like long nails dragging across wood. I froze. The barbed wire fence was 3 meters high, gate locked. No human or animal could enter without triggering the alarm. Holding my flashlight and hunting knife, I approached the door and looked through the peephole. Nothing, only darkness and snow. I exhaled in relief and turned away when suddenly the landline phone rang. Who could be calling in this storm when the lines were supposed to be nearly dead? I picked up the phone with trembling hands and said, "Hello?" What I heard froze my blood. It was my own voice, repeating the exact sentence I had whispered to myself earlier, but in a broken, mechanical tone, like something trying to imitate me. The voice said, "Just a tree branch." I dropped the phone instantly. Then suddenly, knocking on the window began. Not random knocking. No, it had a rhythm. 3 knocks, pause. 3 knocks, pause. I crawled toward the window and slowly lifted my head to peek from the bottom corner. The outdoor light was flickering, and in each flash I saw something standing outside. A tall figure, much taller than any human, maybe 2.5 meters. It was wearing the uniform of the previous technician, but torn, as if its body had grown inside it. The worst part, it stood with its back facing the window, but its head was twisted 180 degrees, staring straight at me. Its eyes were empty black sockets, and its mouth stretched into a smile too wide. To be human. The creature slowly raised its long arm and pointed toward the door, as if telling me to come out or asking for permission to enter. That's when I understood why the alarm never activated. Not because it was broken, but because the creature never came from outside. It had been inside the cabin all along. I ran to the generator room, locked the metal door, and pushed the cabinets against it. I spent the entire night listening to heavy footsteps on the roof, and a voice mimicking my laughter, my crying, and even my mother calling my name. When dawn arrived and the storm calmed, I stepped outside with my weapon. No one was there, but beneath the window in the snow, there were no footprints, only hundreds of human handprints circling the cabin. That thing had been walking on its hands the entire night. I quit that job and never returned to the mountains again. But even today, when I'm alone at night and hear the wind outside, I swear I hear my own voice whispering from behind the door. "Open, I'm cold."